Man, my music, I would say it's kind of hard to define, actually.
Another song, another town. Believing hurts, but you can't slow down. Hey, another mile, another show, neon Rio, missed you, baby.
We just honestly have been putting out the music that gets us excited, makes us want to get up on stage and play it for people, and we're kind of letting folks call it whatever they want. But being from Oklahoma, you can't get away from the red dirt roots. There's a lot of rock and roll in what we do. When you come to our show, I think you'll feel like it's more of a rock show than a country show. But again, where you're from has so much impact on who you are and how you view the world, that everything that I write seems to have this tint to it that makes it brings it back to this country realm. So.
Because for over 2 straight weeks, everybody, this was the most streamed country song in the entire world. So thank you guys for listening. If you know it, feel free to sing along. She ever wanted to be white picket fenced in, hearts like a feather in a torso, and the seaside breeze will bring her to life, and all the mother boys say she's a goodbye girl.
Yeah, in terms of songwriting and hooks that I think work right now, I think that people, we obviously went through a crazy time where there was an opportunity to capitalize on how people were feeling in that moment. But as far as what I've experienced, I think people are ready to move on from that. I think people are ready to resume normal life and hear songs that make them feel normal again. And so those are the kind of songs that I've been focusing on, just real life stuff, getting back to the normalcy. And but yeah, I mean, just taking the same themes that we all experience as humans, and then finding new and fresh ways to deliver those. That's the whole goal. It's like putting together a puzzle. We're not reinventing anything. We're just rearranging things. The words exist, the chords exist, the melodies exist, but just finding new, fresh ways to introduce them.
Where we go, yeah, that's when she calls home. Windows down and the wind in her hair, keep her heart hanging on around every turn. Ain't scared to get tied down, scared to get burned, just looking for some.
Touring in Texas has been a very strategic thing for us. I live in Texas. My wife is a Dallas girl, and that's why we ended up in Texas. And at one point I was living out in Tennessee writing songs for other people. That's where I was when I wrote songs with Brandon Jenkins and William Clark Green. And but it just became apparent that we had some people in Texas that cared about my artistry and wanted to show up to these shows. And so we made a conscious decision to move to Texas and just start building in this particular circuit. And had no idea how we would be embraced, but man, it's been overwhelming. Like, the reception for an Oklahoma boy into the Texas scene has been really cool, and very thankful, because there's not a lot of there's no other market in the world that you can play this many shows and have this many people show up and sing the songs and buy the t-shirts and then drive 2 or 3 hours home and sleep in your own bed. I mean, that's kind of the best of both worlds, to be honest. You get to live the road life, but you also get to have a lot more time at home.
The smartest man that I ever knew never spent a day in college, but he believed that I needed more than a small town of a mill knowledge. 4 years at OSU, I'm surprised they let me in, 'cause they taught me a thing or two, but nothing like he did.
When you come to one of our shows, you're gonna get unmatched energy. I mean, you're gonna see a bunch of Oklahoma kids putting on a straight up rock and roll show, but with country lyrics. That's the heart of what we do, has a very rock and roll spirit to it. And the energy is always the same, no matter how many people show up. We've played for 30 people, and last week we played for 8,000 people.
Looks like 24 in my pocket, heart racing like a rocket. I'm just waiting on the right time. Whoa, make her mine for a lifetime. Won't you do?
Gold's about that super exciting, but also just anxiety-filled moment leading up to that, dropping down on one knee, asking the girl of your dreams to marry you. And so we've actually had quite a few proposals happen during this song, but it's kind of the pinnacle of our love songs.
There's speakers in the back, somehow she don't know the song right now. It's always gonna make her think about 24 in my pocket, heart racing like a rocket. I'm just waiting on the right time. Whoa.
We are so stoked to be coming to San Angelo. We've heard so much about Blaine's Pub. It's our first trip ever to San Angelo, so we're hoping to have a good turnout, and we know we're gonna have a good time, but just excited to step into one of these historic places, and to be able to go in there for the first time and headline it is pretty exciting too.
Oh, yeah, with a heart of gold. If she says what I think she'll say, not like this, it's worth its weight in gold.
Hey, I'm Corey Kent. I'm from Bixby, Oklahoma, and I'm coming to San Angelo.